When the groupings were put forward, um, A, B, C, D, for the Nations Cup groups going forward, Group A obviously being Namibia, Zambia, Madagascar. Wow, each group is so tough. Group B being Kenya, Morocco, La Côte d'Ivoire. Wow. Group C is Uganda, Algeria, Senegal. Wow. Group D, Tunisia, Zimbabwe, and Ghana. It's just like a dream. How is it possible that we could have reached so far in such a short space? But look, the Nations Cup, we need to all give credit where credit is due. And Khalid Babu, president of Africa Rugby, my brother, a man I've grown to like, love, and respect greatly, had decisions to make when he came. And that's what I love about leaders. Everybody wants to be a leader, but you've got to be tough and be prepared to make those hard decisions. The budget is tight. KCTV have let everybody down. TV rights are not where they should be. So we came together, led by Khalid, and decided that, look, we need to now build new blocks, which we've done. We've seen the games and competitions in East Africa. We've seen the starting of the Tri-Nations in West Africa. We've seen other games in Southern Africa. And everything's beginning to come together. But the Nations Cup is a competition that was put forward and endorsed by President Babu. And it's one thing to talk, it's another thing to deliver. And where we are now at that point, what we're going into this stage, where we have all the groupings. And I must say, congratulations, Khalid. The key is, now that we're making it work, it opens the door for everybody to have the chance, come 2021, 2022, to qualify for 2023, and for others who dream and are slightly less ambitious or equally as ambitious but more realistic, 2027 is there as well, which means that we don't have to go through bronze, silver, gold. We can take this Nations Cup route. We know what is required. You can prepare very tough, ready, get your players ready into a system to take you to these group stages, and then hope that your skill sets, the competitions you have on ground, the amount of money you have internally, support if you have any from government or from corporates, will enable you with an enthusiastic base to go through. It's a great time for Africa Rugby. Yes, we may be well behind other continents in terms of investments, in terms of money, in terms of opportunity, but we have our own spirit about us. And getting competitions going, which means that by 2021, 2022, the corporate world should be looking at Africa Rugby and saying, wow, you guys are serious. The quality that you have raised, we've seen it in the sevens with the success of the South Africans, the Springbokkers. We've seen it with the Zimbabweans. We've seen it with the Ugandans. Look, countries within Africa are good enough to challenge anybody in the world. We've seen that. And we have lots of countries here within Africa who excel every year that people don't know internationally, the Madagascars of this world, etc. We have our North African friends, the Zambians and the rest in the south, Namibia and the rest. Africa Rugby is in a good place. And we here in Ghana want to be a part of it. Winning the Challenge Trophy in Johannesburg was great for us, beating our neighbors, La Côte d'Ivoire, and then taking on Morocco, beating Mauritius. A series of victories is great, and I just wonder what would happen if we had a West African Sevens League, if we had regular competitions as they do in South Africa, Southern Africa, then we'd actually be able to enter into these competitions battle hardened and ready, as opposed to we enter the competitions not having played even one sevens match the whole year, and then we're trying to do catch up. By day two, we've caught up. We've got to find a solution to it and be part of it. But the beautiful thing, guys, girls, friends, is the fact that Africa Rugby is in a good place. Money, we don't have. That is clear. Will we get in the future? Absolutely. But I think these benchmarks, being the Nations Cup, benchmarks, solid sevens competitions for both men's and women's, is massive. And I think is very much the future. Then plus the regional competitions that we're putting forward. I think if we can all come together and make it work, push it in that direction, then it is we can go back to World Rugby. Then it is we can go back to the global corporates. I say global because quite often The way that they behave in country and the way they behave globally are two different things. And we need to approach them and say, look at where we're going right now. Get back to those in media and television and the rest, and understand that the second biggest sport in the world in Africa is in safe hands.